So how to grow my accounting business. Now, these are lessons that I learned since I've started my six-figure accounting firm. I started back in 2015. Now, it took me a lot longer than what it should have to go and really find success and reach six figures. So I'm making this video to help you so that you don't have to take the amount of time that I did to go and find success. Now, also, we do have a mentorship program that is open for enrollment. It's called the Six-Figure Firms Mentorship Program. We basically help accountants and bookkeepers grow and reach their revenue goals, whether that's 5K, 10K, 15 or 20K per month, right? Generally, it's about adding anywhere between about an additional 5 to about 15K per month to make sure that you can start really living a life on your own terms, whether that's being able to leave your job, run your business full time, or be able to travel the world without necessarily having to check in with the boss. So, number one, when it comes to growing an accounting firm, a lot of people don't really understand the order of operations when it comes to social media. So what most people do is they see very large creators or influencers making stuff like social media posts or videos or dancing on TikTok. So they think, okay, so the way that a person gets to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 followers is by doing a lot of content. When in actuality, the way that you do it is by building your sphere of influence first, and then you can start making content. So I'll give you an example. So one statistics from Facebook and Instagram is that for Facebook, both business pages and personal profiles, whenever you shoot one video, 5 to 10% of your total audience on that platform will actually see your post. We're in kind of a stage in social media called pay to play. Right? If you see all people on Facebook running advertising, you're like, this is an annoying ad. Why are people advertising, trying to sell me something? It's because if they were to post that on their regular profile, they would not be able to go and get enough attention or attraction to actually go and make a good living. So they have to really post it, right? And they have to advertise that post. So for you, what you have to do in the beginning is you have to grow your audience. So number one is going to be connection requests and friend requests. Now, you can either do this by manually friend requesting people or automated friend requesting people. Now, personally, it's the effective method. Do you want to be doing this for the rest of your life? No. There are different strategies we're going to talk about after you get a certain base. But to kind of build that initial traction and that initial kind of audience, we have to kind of do what we have to do, right? So again, it doesn't have to take you that long. It can take you 10, maybe 15 minutes a day to go send out, let's say if it's LinkedIn, I want you to send out 30 to 50 connection requests a day. If you can't send out 30 connection requests a day, send out 10, okay? You just have to kind of get the ball rolling. Ideally, if you can get 5 to 10 people to accept your friend request or your connection request per day, you're on track to being able to hit the audience size at the end of the year to go and get to 6 figures. Now, it will depend whether you use LinkedIn or Facebook on what are you trying to sell. So I'll give you an example. If you're trying to sell tax planning where you can work with business owners and W-2 earners that are making above 100, maybe 150K, you can go on Facebook, right? Because it's people can aspire to pay you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a tax plan, but you don't necessarily need to have the highest earning business owners ever to talk to, right? The qualification bar is a lot lower. Versus you're doing high ticket bookkeeping, where you're trying to get monthly clients of $500 to $5,000 a month. Well, your minimum company size that you're going to be going after is about $500,000 to $600,000 per year in top line revenue is the minimum size. So if you're on Facebook sending people who you're trying to get high ticket bookkeeping, and if you know those people that are just starting the business, or maybe their business does 200K, or they're an online fitness coach and they do 100K a year, and it's pure profit, right? If you're on Facebook, you can run a higher risk of running into people that don't make quite enough money to meet your minimum criteria to become a monthly accounting, monthly bookkeeping client, right? So it's not that Facebook is bad, it's just on average, you can't see how much someone's doing until you start talking to them. So instead, you use a platform like a LinkedIn, right? Now, LinkedIn is better because it has better quality research tools. Now, the name of the game is going to be the research tools. Because, again, for high ticket bookkeeping, I need to make sure the person has money. If their revenue is if they just got started yesterday, it's not going to be a good company. If the revenue is 10K a year, it's not going to be a good company. I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. So I have to be able to go and see who it is. Now, the next thing is you want to start sending out these connection requests, okay? Let's say Facebook and you're selling tax planning, boom, you can just go, right? Find a Facebook group of local business owners, friend requests, and go. Next one is going to be for, if you're on LinkedIn, use the different search criteria. And if you don't know what search criteria to use, we give that to you inside of our program so you can get high ticket bookkeeping clients. And again, all you're looking for is between 3 to 10 people per day to accept your connection request. Okay, and from there, all you have to do is just have a very simple messenger script where you're trying to see like what are their pains and their problems. Now, you might be thinking, Bryce, is this gonna be kind of like, is this too sales focused? Like, am I pushing people? The answer is no, because only about 3% of the total market is ready to do business with a stranger today. So you have to be able to understand, number one, who is actually inside your audience and what is the time frame with which they would be willing to try out your services. I have these cats sitting inside the room. Come on, cat. Hey. No, not under the bed. Come on, no. Come on. I roll. Yes. I'm staying with like a client in Florida right now. So I'm like they own like Airbnb, so I'm in like one of her Airbnbs. Yeah. And she has like these cats. I'm like, I'm not an anti-cat person. It's just I have to make sure that when I go, like they're not still in here because they can start eating your stuff and stuff. So it's just all over the place. But yeah, so you have to really understand who could potentially use your service, who will use your services, and who's ready to use your services. Okay? Who's ready to use your services? I want to capitalize that as much today as possible. So that's how you get the revenue faster. That's how you get those revenue spikes. Who would is someone that will in the future. So I need to know like what is the time frame with which their buying window is. People who could, these people who are potentially, but you know, it's very unlikely that they're kind of like interested potentially, but the right criteria and the right life situations have to occur in order for them to be fully ready to commit to the services. So I have to kind of know who that's going to be so I can then act accordingly. Okay, from there, just do your consultation call. Okay, now the consultation call for most people is, if you have the right client, you don't necessarily need to have a very high script. The only time that scripting is really important is if you want to increase the closing ratio and if you want to increase the price points that you are charging. So when I say the closing ratio, that's for every 10 people that like do a consultation call, how many of them actually sign up with you? A good closing percentage is going to be 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. If you're not at 5 out of 10 or not at 6 out of 10, you definitely need to add a script because what you're saying is just not potent enough. Now, the next thing is, if you are above 5 out of 6, if you're like 9 out of 10, it could be a good sign, but it also could move into this next thing, which could be your price is too low. When you're charging $100 a month, $200, $300, even in some cases $400 a month, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 people should say yes. Unless it's a personality mismatch, if you're charging that low, everyone's gonna say yes, because everyone can afford that. Like there's no business that is doing that's doing $500K a year that can't afford to pay $100 a month. Like there's absolutely none. Like even if they have a person stealing from them, they could find $100 a month in their savings to pay you. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's not much challenge. It's when you're actually charging appropriately that people start hemming and hawing, right? Because in a lot of cases, if you're charging appropriately, it's going to be stretching the expectations of the business owner that you're potentially working with. Like they might have come on thinking like, I'm gonna pay this person $400 a month. But when you actually are saying, okay, it's actually $600 a month or $800 a month and it's outside the proposed budget, you need to be able to make sure that you can communicate why it's important. And at that stage, you will need a script. Now, a script does not mean everything is like word for word you have to say specifically or it's magic. It's more of understanding like what are the ways to extract value out of the conversation. So asking the right question, get them to tell you what they care about, and how to really phrase what you're offering in a really positive way, as well as handle any objections that might come up in the future. So it doesn't feel like you're pushing or objection handling. It feels like a conversation the whole way through. And the outcome is just that the person wants to work with you. Okay? So that is how you grow your accounting business. Understand what is the purpose of social media, which is number one, build your audience first. Once you have an audience of above 500 to 1,000 people that are either friends with you or following you that all own a business, then you can start posting and then it'll be more effective. So in the beginning, you might have to manually or use automation tools to get those new friends. But then once you have enough friends, you can just keep posting. Like for example, on my main YouTube channel, it's like 3,500 people, right? I can, post YouTube videos all day because it's 3,500 people. That's a really meaningful amount of people. Like, that's more than like, the attendance of like some basketball games, like college basketball games. And depending on what level of college, some college basketball games or football games, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's a lot of people. But if I only had 10 people, it's like, it's just not enough. Only one person would be seeing it each day. So keep that in mind when you're trying to grow your accounting firm. If you want more, keep subscribing to this channel. Go and watch more. We're putting out new videos. I'm putting out new videos about every other day to every 3 days right now, so I can like really fill up this channel with as much information on accounts as possible. My other YouTube channel is more focused on like bookkeepers and like bookkeeping tips. Now, if you want to skip watching a lot of videos, you don't just want to go and like watch a million YouTube videos, you just want to get to your goal as fast as possible, I invite you to click the link inside the description above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, okay? Basically on the call, when you book the call, we're going to show you like, where are you right now? We're going to see where do you want to go and what does it look like, a path for us to work together to get you to that goal successfully, okay? So if you want to do the call, click the link, book the call. If you're not quite ready for a call, A-okay too. Keep watching more of these videos. I will see you either way, either in the next video or on the call. Have a good one. Take it easy.